When did they first go? Put a hand with somebody! I guess, yeah, only from 1 year. That's where they supposed to be over there. Put a hand with somebody! We're about to kick off. Alright, I think I can do myself. This is going to be over there, man. It's going to be over there. Alright, you ready to go?
And we are live from Northeast High School here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania for today's Ted Silary Game of the Week between the Northeast Vikings as they host the Lincoln Rail Splitters. As Northeast kicks it away, on the receiving end is Costin for Lincoln, and he is going to take it out just past the 20 to around the 25-yard line. So the Rail Splitters will start as there's a flag on the play. First game as we are underway here in the first quarter. So flags flying in from the officials here. Early start. We did have some unsportsmanlike conduct penalties at first against both teams. Now we have flags on the play to start this one off early. As the refs are talking it over, as the Rail Splitters will have the ball first at their 30-yard line. So penalties are against the Vikings. So 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. See where the officials will mark it. So personal fouls early against the Vikings, as well as unsportsmanlike conducts. A lot of flags so far to start it off. As the ball will be placed at the 35-yard line, 36-yard line for the Rail Splitters. And at quarterback is Kareem Moore Jr. for Lincoln. 1st and 10 for the Rail Splitters as we have a receiver in motion. That is Bevan. And a give off to the running back. Staves off some tackles on the carry. Right there is Simer Jarman. So Jarman with the carry for Lincoln. And it's going to bring up a 2nd down and medium. As you take a look here on the replay, in motion was Bev, the receiver, and it'll be a short gain. That brings up a 2nd down and 7. Moore in the shotgun. He takes the snap. He hands it off, and on the carry is Jarman, and he will get piled up. But now we have a flag on the play once again. And it looks like it will be a holding call against the Rail Splitters. So a 10-yard penalty. And now it'll be 2nd and 17, it looks like, for Lincoln. All right. Penalty is declined, so it'll be a 3rd and 7 for the Rail Splitters as the Vikings look to get a stop here on 3rd and medium. 3rd down and 7 at the 39-yard line. Moore in the shotgun. Jarman in motion. Now here's a throw by Moore. Pass is complete along the sideline. That is a catch made to Naimir Marable, the senior wide receiver. So it's going to bring up a 4th and short. And it looks like the punting team will come on for Lincoln. So the Rail Splitters are going to punt it away. As back to return is Amir Miller. Will return it for the Vikings. Now it's a fake, and it's taken up the middle, and there's a first down. So the snap goes right to Elvin Bev. So Bev with the first down on a fake punt. So a fake punt for a first down, and the Rail Splitters are back out on offense. 1st and 10 at the Northeast 45. On a fake punt, so 4th and short as Elvin Bev takes it up the middle. 1st and 10 for the Rail Splitters at the 45 of Northeast. Running back in motion. Moore takes the snap. He's back now. Flags fly as we're going to get a false start against the Rail Splitters. So a 5-yard penalty, backs up to the 50. 1st and 15 for Lincoln. Early first quarter. Here at Northeast. And it is a 1st and 10. 1st and 15 now for the Rail Splitters as Moore gets the play from the sideline. Now they break the huddle. 1st and 15 at the 50. Moore in the shotgun, running back to his left. In motion. Here's Moore, back to throw, looking, throwing, pass is complete. So, pass is complete to Jeremiah Bennott, the sophomore receiver. As there's a short gain on the play, so to bring up a 2nd down and medium. As you can see, that throw could have been intercepted if Northeast got a read on that one. That the defender got in front. So it'll bring up a 2nd down and 8 for the Rail Splitters. Running back in motion, back to throw is Moore. He's looking over the middle, wide open, incomplete, and just getting shy of the first down is Nazir Holly. So Holly with the catch, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and short. You can see here on the replay, right over the middle, as Holly wide open, and a 3rd and 1. So here we go, 3rd and 1 for the Rail Splitters. Moore, and now we are going to get a flag on the play, and it is encroachment. Encroachment against the Vikings, so another first down for the Rail Splitters as they are driving to start this one off. 1st and 10 at the Northeast 30. That's where the ball will be placed. As we are 8 minutes in. 8 minutes left here in this first quarter now. Rail Splitters on the drive as Kareem Moore under center. Motion is Jarman. Moore back to throw. He's looking. He's firing. Pass is caught along the sideline. And that's Elvin Bev, the receiver, with a first down. And a good gain there for around 15 yards. And it is 1st and 10. Out of bounds at the 16. That's where they're going to mark him. 1st and 10 for Lincoln. Moore in the shotgun. Running back to his right. Motion is the running back. Moore takes the snap. He's back to throw. Pass is caught out of the backfield and spun down is Costin. So Costin on the reception. Now we got a flag on the play as Jonathan Alaya making the tackle for the Vikings. So a flag is down. Late flag after the play. And it looks like we have an unsportsmanlike conduct against the Vikings. So it looks like an unsportsmanlike conduct against the Vikings, and it will bring up a 1st and 10 at the 10. 1st and goal for the Rail Splitters. Moore in the shotgun. Costin to his right. The handoff goes to Costin. No, Moore keeps it. Moore to the 5, and he's going to be down at around the 4. So making the tackle there was Kersheim Durant for Northeast. And it is a 2nd down and goal. Ball will be at the 4 for the Rail Splitters. As we are under 7 minutes left here in the first quarter. Now looks like they may run a wildcat here. Costin lined up in the backfield with Elvin Bev. Now here is Costin taking the snap. He's going to run it and get piled up by the Vikings defense. So it'll bring up a 3rd down. 3rd and goal, as it looks like Costin and there's the unsportsmanlike conduct right there on our replay. So 3rd down and goal. 3rd and goal at the 4 for the Rail Splitters. Third and goal as Lincoln breaks the huddle. Northeast trying to get a stop. Lincoln trying to get a 7-0 lead. Moore in the shotgun. Running back in motion, Costin. Moore takes the snap. He's back. Here comes the pressure. Moore throws it to the end zone. Incomplete. Incomplete as he was looking for Costin in the back of the end zone. Pass incomplete, and it will bring up a 4th and goal. As it looks like the Rail Splitters are staying out on the field. They might be going for it here on 4th down. Or 3rd. 3rd and goal. So 3rd and goal. Third and goal for the Rail Splitters as Moore takes the snap. He's back. He throws over the middle, complete, and breaking the tackle and in for the touchdown is Jeremiah Benat. And the Rail Splitters strike first. They lead it 6-0 with 5:39 left here in the first quarter. On a slant right over the middle by Moore as he hits Benat for 6-0. So 6-0, the Rail Splitters on top to start it off. Now on for the extra point. Benat will snap it. And we have a flag on the play. It looks like an encroachment against the Vikings. So Lincoln will try the extra point. Kicking it is Nicholas Gaitis. So Gaitis, snap is good. Here's the kick. It's up, and this kick is just through the uprights, and it is good. And it is a 7-0 lead for the Rail Splitters. .5:39 left here in the first quarter. As now the Vikings will have a chance to tie it here on this possession. As now the Rail Splitters will kick it away. A 7-0 score here for the Rail Splitters as they lead it. To start this one off as Gaitis will kick it away. Back to receive it here. He's going to be Candio for the Vikings. Now here's the kick. Gaitis' kick is high, and that is going to bounce. Could go out of bounds, and looks like it does not go out of bounds as Amir Miller took it, but now it looks like it'll be called. Let's see. So Miller takes it. So Miller receives it inbounds and then steps out of bounds, and they are going to mark it very deep in their own territory for the Vikings, and it'll bring up a 1st and 10 at around the 5-yard line. As Northeast will start it. As takes the snap, a handoff up the middle as Kaiser Brackett is in at quarterback for the Vikings, down 7-0 as the first play handoff right up the middle for a short gain. It is going to bring up a 2nd down. Gain of 2, a 2nd down for the Vikings. Tight end in motion. Back to throw is Brackett. He's looking. He's firing from the end zone. Deep ball, and it's almost intercepted. Incomplete and broken up. That was Rye Talley on the coverage. Almost took it away with one hand, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and 8 for the Vikings. Third and 8 at the 9-yard line with the Northeast Vikings. Third and 8 for Northeast. Pressure coming here now. The snap, throwing it, tipped, incomplete, as it will be a quick 3 and out for the Vikings. So the deflected pass by Lincoln, it'll bring up a 4th down and 8. And the Vikings are going to have to punt it away. Getting the blitz was Kareem Moore on defense, as well a quarterback today for the Rail Splitters. So it'll bring up a 4th down and 8, 4:45 remaining in this quarter. And the Vikings will punt it away. And now we have a flag down. And it looks like too many men on the field for the Vikings was called. So 4th down, and Joseph Smith is going to have to punt it away from his end zone, deep in his own end zone. So here is the punt by Smith from his end zone. Nearly blocked, a high spiraling punt. It's going to bounce, and the Rail Splitters will have it at around the Vikings' 27-yard line to start off this possession. First and 10 at the 26. as the refs will mark it there. As Kareem Moore back in at quarterback for the Rail Splitters. He's in the shotgun. 3 receivers to the right and 2 receivers to the left. 1st and 10 for the Rail Splitters. Moore back to throw. Pass is nearly picked off. Diving play by the Viking defense. That is John Simmons Jr. with the pass breakup, and it's 2nd down and 10 for the Rail Splitters. Right there, as could have been picked, but low throw, incomplete, broken up by John Simmons Jr., so 2nd and 10 for the Rail Splitters. Moore in the shotgun. Costin to his right. Motion is Costin, now it is Moore. Back to throw, looking, throwing to the sideline, incomplete, and dropped. Dropped on the sideline there by Marable, and there's a flag on the play. And it looks like it's going to go against the Rail Splitters as the offense backs up. So it'll be a 2nd and long. Or 3rd and long. Yeah, 2nd and long for the Rail Splitters at the 31-yard line. Moore in the backfield. To his right is the running back. Now Moore takes the snap in the shotgun. He's going to take it himself. Moore is going to run up the middle, and Moore is going to get brought down just a yard shy of the 1st down. So a good run by Kareem Moore as he had Bev lined up in the backfield. So 3rd down and 2 for the Rail Splitter. Moore in the shotgun. Bev lined up next to him. It's a 3rd and 2. As 3 receivers lined up to the right. Moore, low snap, taken by Bev, and he is going to get blown up in the backfield. So a wobbled snap, and Joseph Smith was on it first to make the tackle, and it'll bring up 4th down. And now it looks like the Rail Splitters offense is still going to be out on the field. So Northeast with a big break on a low snap by the center. And it's going to bring up a 4th down and long, 4th and 6. As the Rail Splitters are going for it. 4th down and 6. Motion is Costin. Moore takes the snap. He's back to throw. Pass incomplete. Out of bounds as he was looking for Marable, and it will bring up a stop. So the Vikings with a stop, and they will get the ball back. 1st and 10 with 2:51 remaining here in the 1st quarter. So a big defensive stop for the Vikings. And they are going to get the ball. 1st and 10 inside of their own territory at their 22-yard line. As Brackett comes into the game, he is under center. Man in motion for the Vikings, and they're going to hand it off right up the middle. There is the running back, Candio. So Nardi Candio with the carry, and he gets brought down for no gain, and it'll bring up a 2nd down and short and long for the Vikings. So 2nd down and 10. Under center is Brackett. In the backfield is Candio. There's a 2nd and 10. Now here's Brackett taking the snap. He's going to throw it to the sideline. Pass incomplete and over the head. And now we get a late hit on the play. And a flag has been thrown. So Durant was the intended receiver for the Vikings. And now we're going to get a flag on the play. See on the replay as Brackett throwing it and then a late hit there. Looks like that is going to be the call on McAfee. And unsportsmanlike conduct also called against the Rail Splitters. So Markiff McAfee gets called, and it will bring up a 1st and 10 for the Vikings. And a big break right there. So that's going to cost them 30 yards, and the Vikings will have their first possession in Lincoln territory at the 47 of the Rail Splitters. So 1st down and 10. Brackett under center. 2 receivers to the right and left. Tight end in motion. That's Whitting. Receiver in motion. They're going to flip it on a bit of a jet sweep and a good run. And breaking tackles is Miller. And there goes Miller on the run. Miller with a 1st down and more. Miller brought down to the 25 of Lincoln. What a run. And a bit of a fake toss to the wide receiver. So that is Amir Miller with a run. Down to about the 25. And a 1st down for the Vikings. Under center. And a give. And being brought down is Candio on the carry. And it's going to be a 2nd and medium here for the Vikings at the 22-yard line. So there's the reverse sweep right to Amir Miller. And Miller breaking tackles right down to about the 25-yard line. Right there. So 1 minute left here in the quarter. 7-0 Rail Splitters. 1st and 10. Or 2nd down and medium. Now they flip it again to Miller, and he is brought down and spun down that time. And that is going to be Coy Merce on the tackle. 3rd down for the Vikings. 28 seconds remaining in this 1st quarter. So 3rd and long for Northeast as we are approaching the end of the 1st quarter. Here at Northeast High School, 3rd and 15 at the 30. Jeremiah Tellis in the backfield with Brackett. And that is going to do it for the 1st quarter of play. With the score, the Rail Splitters 7 and the Vikings 0. You're watching high school football, the Ted Silary Game of the Week right here on the Sports Fan Base Network.
Hi, I'm Tommy Green, former pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies. When I was in high school, it was very important to me to show scouts what I could do. My friends at Payroll Service Solutions are huge supporters of high school sports and the Sports Fan Base Network. If you're a small to medium-sized business in need of a payroll company, contact Payroll Service Solutions. Not only will they take care of you, they will continue to support the community. For more information, contact Payroll Service Solutions at 215-624-0922 or 866-PAY-EASY.
Hitting is part of football.
Hello, I'm John Zaglinski, CEO of SAFR Sports. We're excited and honored, along with Independence Blue Cross, to be the title sponsor of the City All-Star Game. Our covers have been tested at Virginia Tech to reduce the risk of concussion by as much as 77%. Wearing our SAFR helmet covers make the game that we love safer for players.
All right, back here for the start of the second quarter as the snap goes to Brackett, and he throws it in the dirt, incomplete. It's like no receiver in the area, but they will not call an intentional grounding as of right now. So an incomplete pass for Brackett, as we see on the replay, trying to screen it out. And over the head for Tellis, incomplete. So 4th down and 15. And it looks like the Vikings will be going for it. Fourth and 15 at the 30-yard line of the Rail Splitters. Brackett in the shotgun. Tellis to his right. Here's the snap. Here's a deep shot to the end zone. Pass is picked. It is an interception as Brackett throws to the end zone. And no flag on the play, as it looks like there was a push off a little bit by the defense. But it will be 1st and 10 for Lincoln. So Brackett's throw deep to the end zone. And an interception as Elias Gamble was the intended receiver. So 1st down and 10 for the Rail Splitters at their own 20. So an interception for the Rail Splitters. Right there was Talley with the pick. 1st and 10. Give up the middle and stuffed in the backfield. He's going to be Jarman. So Jarman stuffed in the backfield by the Vikings defense. It's 2nd down and long. So 2nd and long. 2nd and 11, it looks like at the 19-yard line for the Rail Splitters. In their own territory after the interception. Moore. Jarman in motion. Moore takes the snap. Over the middle throw. Caught and complete. And a good hit right there, as making the catch was Elvin Bev for a 1st down. And that is going to move the chains for the Rail Splitters as they go quickly to the line. 1st and 10. Here's Moore taking the snap. He fakes it. Screen pass out to the right. And now a catch and run, a long catch and run right there for Nazir Holly. So Holly with the 1st down and yards more after the catch. Right on the screen. And he takes it just past the 50 into Northeast territory at the Viking 49. So now quickly in motion again. Moore takes the snap. He's back to throw. Now Moore's on the run. Pass is caught right again to Nazir Holly, and Holly is going to have a 1st down. And now quickly to the line once again are the Rail Splitters. As you see, Moore completing it right to Holly on the replay. 1st down and 10 at the 35. They fake it, and taking it is Moore on the carry, and Moore is going to get spun down. Brought down right there on the tackle for Northeast is Jaden Boyd. So Jaden Boyd on the tackle, and it's a 2nd and 9. So now the Rail Splitters are in the huddle, 2nd and 9 after 3 quick no-huddle plays and a couple first downs. 2nd and 9 at the 34 of the Vikings. Moore in the shotgun, running back to his right now. Moore going to take a shot to the end zone. It is broken up, incomplete, and it looks like we have a flag on the play. So Costin, the intended receiver, and it looks like we have a flag on the play, and this might be defensive pass interference.
He can see that, but he can't see the blatant stuff here, and here.
Take a look on the replay. So Moore going deep.
It's so bad. It's so bad.
As pass interference will be called.
That's so bad.
So it'll be holding against the defense, not pass interference. First and 10 at the 24-yard line. Here's Moore taking the snap. He's back. He's throwing it over the middle. Caught and complete. And down to about the 5-yard line is Elvin Bev. And he's going to get a first down. First and goal for the Rail Splitters at the Viking 5. Right around there at the 6. So Bev with the reception as just threading it in there is Kareem Moore. So first down and goal at the 6. Moore in the shotgun. Jarman to his left. Now Moore takes the snap, floats it to the end zone. Pass is incomplete. Looks like Costin wanted a flag, but does not get it. And it is a second down and goal. Moore with the low snap, just floats it to the end zone. Second and goal at the 6. So now it is Bev and Jarman in the backfield with Moore. Handoff is to Bev. He flips it, takes it around, and takes it just past the 5 to about the 4, and it is a third and goal.
This is out of control. You can see he got the boy's jersey.
So third down and goal at the 4. As Northeast stops the run that time. Third down and goal. Now it's Moore taking the snap. Handoff up the middle. There's Jarman. Is he into the end zone? And he is just short. So Jarman will be marked down at the 1. And it looks like we got a fourth down and goal. The Rail Splitters are going to stay out on the field. As right there on the tackle is Zakir Dixon. It is a fourth down and goal at the 1. Shotgun is Moore. And now it looks like we are going to take a timeout on the field with 7:29 remaining here in the second quarter. With the score, Lincoln 7 and Northeast nothing. You're watching the Ted Silary Game of the Week here on the Sports Fan Base Network.
Hi, I'm Marty Bystrom, former pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies. In my experience in Major League Baseball, I know how important it is for high school athletes to gain exposure. My friends at Payroll Service Solutions are huge supporters of high school sports and the Sports Fan Base Network. If you are a small to medium-sized business in need of a payroll company, contact Payroll Service Solutions. Not only will they take care of you, they will continue to support the community. For more information, contact Payroll Service Solutions at 215-624-0922 or 866-PAY-EASY.
All right, 7:34 remaining here in the half. It is the Rail Splitters leading 7-0. They have it 4th and goal at the Vikings 1. So they're going for it after the timeout. Here we go, a 4th and goal and a Wildcat. Snap goes right to Costin, and he is in. Right into the end zone is Costin for the touchdown, taking it in on the Wildcat. With 7:29 remaining in the half, it is the Rail Splitters extending their lead to 13-0. So right on the Wildcat, just getting the block right up the middle. And there's the touchdown by Costin. And now Judice is on to attempt the extra point for the Rail Splitters. So the snap is good, kick is up, and this kick is good. And it's 14-0 Rail Splitters with 7:29 remaining here in the half. As we will take another timeout with 7:29 left here in the half. 14-0 is the score. The Rail Splitters leading. You're watching the Ted Silary Game of the Week right here on the Sports Fan Base Network.
Hitting is part of football.
Hello, I'm John Zaglinski, CEO of SAFR Sports. We're excited and honored, along with Independence Blue Cross, to be the title sponsor of the City All-Star Game. Our covers have been tested at Virginia Tech to reduce the risk of concussion by as much as 77%. Wearing our SAFR helmet covers make the game that we love safer for players.
Hitting is...
So Judice will kick it away for the Rail Splitters, up 14-0 with 7:29 remaining in the half. Back to return is Amir Miller for the Vikings. Now here's the kick from the 40 by Judice. It's a high kick, end over end. It's going to bounce into the end zone, and Miller will just let it bounce for a touchback. 1st and 10 for the Vikings. Trying to get on the board here in this first half. So the defense out for the Rail Splitters. Now the Vikings huddled up on the sideline here on offense to start their drive. So 1st and 10 as Brackett in the game in the shotgun with Tellis to his left. Tight end in motion. They give to Tellis, and Tellis staves off a tackle. Now he's going to get brought down. So Jeremiah Tellis with the carry, and he's going to lose a couple yards. So 2nd down and long for the Vikings. He staves off one tackle and brought down there by the Rail Splitters defensive front. So 2nd and 14 for the Vikings. Here's a 2nd and long. 2 receivers to the right. Now Brackett takes the snap. He's going to throw it. Pass is complete to the outside. And right there on the catch is going to be. So right there on the catch is Aiden Soto. So it's a 3rd down and long. So 3rd and 11. For the Vikings. Now taking the snap is Brackett. He's going to throw it under pressure, and he's sacked. Ball comes out, and it is covered by the Rail Splitters, but looked like Brackett was down by contact. 4th down. So 4th down and long, and the Vikings are going to have to punt it away. So a 4th down. Step aside or no? So 5:38 remaining in this half, and it is a 4th and 15. And now the Vikings will have to punt it away, as Cole Hayes is on for the punt. So Hayes will punt it away. Back to receive it is Holly. And a high punt. Looks like he ran into the kicker. And there is a flag on the play. It looks like we have an injury timeout. That is Cole Merce for the Rail Splitters. So we will step aside here with 5:28 left in the half. Rail Splitters leading the Vikings 14-0. You're watching the Ted Silary Game of the Week here on the Sports Fan.
Hi, I'm Tommy Green, former pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies. When I was in high school, it was very important to me to show scouts what I could do. My friends at Payroll Service Solutions are huge supporters of high school sports and the Sports Fan Base Network. If you're a small to medium-sized business in need of a payroll company, contact Payroll Service Solutions. Not only will they take care of you, they will continue to support the community. For more information, contact Payroll Service Solutions at 215-624-0922.
Hitting is part of football.
Hello, I'm John Zaglinski, CEO of SAFR Sports. We're excited and honored, along with Independence Blue Cross, to be the title sponsor of the City All-Star Game. Our covers have been tested at Virginia Tech to reduce the risk of concussion by as much as 77%. Wearing our SAFR helmet covers make the game that we love safer for players.
Hitting.
All right, we are back here with 5:28 to play here in the half, as there was a block at the back against Lincoln, so no roughing the kicker. So 1st and 10 for the Rail Splitters at their 40. Faking it. Now Moore throws it over the middle. That pass is complete to Bev. And that is about a gain of 6, right to the 46. and it'll bring up a second down and short. Take a look here on the replay. Fakes the handoff and just throws it right over the middle. Laben Jowers with the tackle, and now we have a flag on the play. And it will be an offsides against the defense, against the Vikings. So 1st and 10 for the Rail Splitters. So the Rail Splitters on the drive here with 5:05 remaining. 1st and 10 at the Northeast 49. Here is Moore taking the snap in the shotgun. He's back. He's going deep, and it is incomplete and out of bounds. High throw intended for Elvin Bev. It is 2nd down and 10 at the 49. So the Vikings trying to get a defensive stop because it's been all Rail Splitters here in this one. 4:50 remaining in the half. 14-0 is the score. And a 2nd down and 10 at the 49-yard line of the Vikings for the Rail Splitters. Moore in the shotgun. 3 receivers lined up on the far side. Moore in the shotgun. Nobody behind him. Moore takes the snap. He's back. He's faking it. Here comes the pressure. Moore is going to run it. Moore up the middle, and Moore is going to get tripped up, and it looks like it's going to be enough for a 1st down. Right at around the 38-yard line. Let's see where the refs will mark it. They will mark it at the 38. So a gain of 11 on the run by Moore. 1st and 10 for the Rail Splitters. And a throw over the middle is incomplete by Moore. Intended for Holly, but it looks like we have a flag on the play. So it looks like the Rail Splitters were moving no huddle. So it will be holding against the Vikings. So 1st and 10 for the Rail Splitters, as they will have it at the Viking 33. 4:19 remaining in this half. As the Rail Splitters on the drive. Moore in the shotgun. Jarman to his left. Now they hand it off to Jarman up the middle. Jarman with a 1st down and more, and Jarman gets right past the 15, now down to about the 13. As he finds the wide open lane, 1st and 10, and now no huddle here for the Rail Splitters. Trying to get another touchdown. Now they give it to Jarman. Jarman with it. He is going to get bottled up by the Northeast defense. Right there making the tackle was Jonathan Alaya. 2nd and 10. As there's the run. You see there by Jarman. Just takes it right up the middle and a 1st down. And now we have a 2nd down and 8. Clock continues to run, 3:20 remaining in the half. It is a 2nd down and 8. Now Jarman with Moore. He slings it, and the pass is complete down to about the 3-yard line. And making the catch is Jeremiah Benott. 1st and goal for the Rail Splitters. Now under 3 minutes left in this half. First and goal. Or third, now close to a first down, but 3rd and 1. As they mark it short of the first. And now we got a flag. And there is a first down. There's encroachment called against the Vikings. So first and goal now for the Rail Splitters after the penalty. Approaching 2 minutes. The clock continues to run. First and goal at the 2 for the Rail Splitters. Bev in motion. Two receivers out to the right. Now they give it to Jarman up the middle, and Jarman is going to get bottled up and stopped. And now it looks like we got a fumble. Looks like a fumble on the play. But it looks like the Rail Splitters did get back on it. Let's see here on the replay. So it looks like the ball might have come out, but it did not. Might have came out. But it will still be the Rail Splitters ball, 2nd and goal. We'll mark it this time at the Viking 4. And now we have an injury timeout here on the field as we will step aside with 1:02 remaining in the 2nd quarter. You're watching the Ted Silary game of the week as the Rail Splitters lead the Vikings 14-0 here on the Sports Fan Base Network.
Hi, I'm Marty Bystrom, former pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies. In my experience in Major League Baseball, I know how important it is for high school athletes to gain exposure. My friends at Payroll Service Solutions are huge supporters of high school sports and the Sports Fan Base Network. If you are a small to medium-sized business in need of a payroll company, contact Payroll Service Solutions. Not only will they take care of you, they will continue to support the community. For more information, contact Payroll Service Solutions at 215-624-0922 or 866-PAY-EASY.
Hitting is part of football.
Hello, I'm John Zaglinski, CEO of SAFR Sports. We're excited and honored, along with Independence Blue Cross, to be the title sponsor of the City All-Star Game. Our covers have been tested at Virginia Tech to reduce the risk of concussion by as much as 77%. Wearing our SAFR helmet covers make the game that we love safer for players.
Hi, I'm Tommy Green, former pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies. When I was in high school, it was very important to me to show scouts what I could do. My friends at Payroll Service Solutions are huge supporters of high school sports and the Sports Fan Base Network. If you're a small to medium-sized business in need of a payroll company, contact Payroll Service Solutions. Not only will they take care of you, they will continue to support the community. For more information, contact Payroll Service Solutions at 215-624-0922 or 866-PAY-EASY.
Second and goal at the 4 as we are back after the timeout as Bev in motion, and they give up the middle. And that is short as Jarman with the carry for the Rail Splitters. So it'll bring up a 3rd and goal as the clock winds down here in the half. So 3rd and goal now at the 1. And now it looks like we got a timeout called by the Vikings. That's their first timeout of the half. 28 seconds remaining. 30 seconds remaining on the clock now here in the half. Third and goal at the 1 for the Rail Splitters. Trying to get into the end zone here, but now Northeast also trying to get a stop here on defense as they take the timeout. So the Vikings out on defense. The Rail Splitters in the huddle on the far side of the field. So third and goal at the 1. Bruce Cannon into the game. And taking a seat on the bench this time is Zakir Dixon. So third and goal at the 1 for the Rail Splitters. Lining up under center is Moore, trying to sneak it, and Moore looks like the ball came out. So it looks like the ball came out, and Moore stopped shy, and it's a fumble on the goal line. So a fumble, and Northeast has recovered. The Vikings stop Kareem Moore on the goal line, and it is a 1st and 10 for Northeast as they will get the ball back. Trying to sneak it into the end zone, and a fumble. Ball taken away. Taken away by Joseph Smith on the recovery. And now a timeout on the field with 25 seconds remaining here in the half. With the score, the Rail Splitters 14, Vikings nothing. You're watching the Ted Silary Game of the Week right here on the Sports Fan Base Network. So it looks like the fumble has been called back. Looks like a 3rd and goal. Fumble called back. And another timeout here for the Vikings. So they call back the fumble after it looked like it was a goal line stop and a fumble recovered by the Vikings, but looks like he was down. Might have been down. Or the refs might have just blew the whistle. 4th and goal at the 1. What a sequence here. Fourth and goal at the 1 for the Rail Splitters. So 4th down. 4th and goal at the 1, and it looks like they may run a wildcat here with Bev in the backfield. And now, whistle blows. And we're going to get a false start here against the Rail Splitters with 25 seconds remaining in the half. So now it's 4th and goal at the 6. Looks like the offense is going to stay out on the field. Fourth and goal at the 6. And now it looks like the Rail Splitters are going to go for it. Fourth and goal. 3 receivers lined up to the right. Motion is Costin. Now Moore back to throw to the end zone. Pass incomplete. Off the fingertips of Nasir Holly. And it will bring up, and that will be a turnover on downs. And the Vikings will have it at their own 6 with 20 seconds remaining here in this first half. As Moore throws it up for Holly, as he bobbles it and does not catch it. 20 seconds remain in this half, 14-0 still. The Rail Splitters leading the Vikings. Now the Vikings are out here on offense. Brackett back in the game. Tellis to his right. They give it to Tellis on the end around. Tellis with it, and he gets out of bounds. So Tellis knocked out of bounds with 13 seconds left here in the half. It looks like that is going to bring up a 2nd down and short. 2nd and 2. Second and 2 with 13 seconds left in the half. Now, 2nd and 2, they give it to Tellis. Tellis up the middle. And it looks like Tellis is going to be stopped, or he will get the first down for a forward gain of about 2. And now Vikings will take a timeout as the half winds down with 7 seconds remaining. So they have 1 timeout remaining as they have the ball deep in their own territory. They will have it 1st and 10. At around the 16-yard line. So a 1st and 10. For the Vikings. Ball will be at their 17. Now it is Brackett taking the snap. He's going to run it. Brackett takes it. He's going to get the first down and more. Brackett lost the football. Lost the ball. It tipped, and it went right back to Brackett as he falls on the ball. As time will expire. And that is going to do it for the first half, as it looks like Brackett was down. So time expires as that does it here for the first half. With the score, the Rail Splitters 14 and the Vikings nothing. You're watching the Ted Silary Game of the Week right here on the Sports Fanbase Network, as we will be right back for the second half.
Hi, I'm Tommy Green, former pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies. When I was in high school, it was very important to me to show scouts what I could do. My friends at Payroll Service Solutions are huge supporters of high school sports and the sports fan base network. If you're a small to medium-sized business in need of a payroll company, contact Payroll Service Solutions. Not only will they take care of you, they will continue to support the community. For more information, contact Payroll Service Solutions at 215-624-0922 or 866-PAY.
Hitting is part of football.
Hello, I'm John Zaglinski, CEO of SAFR Sports. We're excited and honored, along with Independence Blue Cross, to be the title sponsor of the City All-Star Game. Our covers have been tested at Virginia Tech to reduce the risk of concussion by as much as 77%. Wearing our SAFR helmet covers make the game that we love safer for players.
Hitting
Hi, I'm Marty Bystrom, former pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies. In my experience in Major League Baseball, I know how important it is for high school athletes to gain exposure. My friends at Payroll Service Solutions are huge supporters of high school sports and the sports fan base network. If you are a small to medium-sized business in need of a payroll company, contact Payroll Service Solutions. Not only will they take care of you, they will continue to support the community. For more information, contact Payroll Service Solutions at 215-624-0922 or 866-PAY-EASY.
All right, we are back here from Northeast High School to start the second half of our Ted Silary Game of the Week. As Lincoln leads Northeast 14-0. So now it will be the Vikings to receive the opening kickoff by Judice. As the Rail Splitters are going to kick it away. Judice kicks it for the Rail Splitters, and now the Vikings will return it. So Amir Miller back to return it for the Vikings, and here we go. Start of the second half. High kick received at around the 10. It is Miller trying to juke his way out, and Miller gets down to around the 20-yard line. So first down and 10 for the Vikings to start it off here in this second half. Down 14-0 as they try to get back in this game. The first down and 10 for the Vikings to start it off. So first down and 10. Here's a handoff up the middle and a leap. And it looks like getting the first down or getting close to a first down on the carry was Jeremiah Tellis. So here's the first down for the Vikings as Tellis hurdles over a man. First and 10, and now the Vikings will go no huddle. Here is Brackett taking the snap. He's back. He's under pressure. Tries to get out of the pressure, and he does not. He is sacked. Brought down by Muse on the play, and it's second down and long. So it looks like Brackett did not see it. So Kaiser Brackett did not see a receiver as he tried to run it, but it brings up a second down and long for the Vikings. Here is Brackett on the handoff, and a whistle blows, and we're going to get a false start as a flag is down on the play. It'll be false start against the Vikings, so second and even longer for Northeast. Looked like they had momentum on the first down run by Tellis. And it'll bring up a second down and 21 for the Vikings. As Brackett gets the play and breaks the huddle. Second and 21. Two receivers lined up on both sides. Near the backfield is Tellis. Now a high snap to Brackett. He's looking, he's firing deep, and it is caught downfield, wide open, and taking it is a Durant. Durant to the 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Vikings. So Durant with the touchdown on a deep shot from Brackett. And the Vikings are on the board. It's 14-6 Rail Splitters as the horn sounds here at Northeast High School. As you take a look on the play, Bit of a high snap. Now throwing it deep. Durant wide open. Breaking the tackle. Getting some help. And taking it in for 6. So Northeast is on the board. The Vikings are on the board with 10-12 to play here in the third quarter. And now we get a flag on the play. And it looks like it is encroachment against the Rail Splitters. So could they even elect to go for 2? Which they may do that. So it looks like the Vikings are going for 2 as the special teams unit is not going to come off, so they will kick the extra point. So kicking it away is Rodriguez. And now we get another penalty. Another penalty on the play. And it is a false start. Or not even a false start, an encroachment. An encroachment call against the Rail Splitters, and now Vikings have a chance to go for 2. It looks like they might just go for 2 instead. Now here comes Brackett and this offense out onto the field, and they're going to go for 2. So 2 receivers on the field. In the backfield is Samaj Moore and Tellis. Now they give it up the middle. It's Tellis. Did he get in? He did. It's a 2-point conversion. 14-8 as the horn sounds. It's now a 6-point lead for the Rail Splitters. As there's the run by Jeremiah Tellis up the middle. 14-8 is the score. Rail Splitters leading it only by 6 now. As the Vikings get 8 points on the first drive to start off the second half. A touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So it's Matthews Lopes who's going to kick it away for the Vikings. Costin back deep, as well as Nasir Holly for the Rail Splitters. Different ball game, a 6-point lead, and now here's the kick. Back to return it. Here is Costin. Costin on the return, and Costin's going to get bottled up. And a good tackle made by Nahir Houston. So now the Rail Splitters will get the ball. 1st and 10, their first possession of the half. So now the Rail Splitters on offense. 1st and 10, 10:06 left here in the half. Moore in the shotgun, hands it off. That is Jarman, and Jarman is going to get piled up at the line. No gain on the play. It's 2nd down. So there's the run. And right there is the defense. Xavier Bennett's right there up front for the Vikings. 2nd and 10 for the Rail Splitters. Low snap to Moore. He bobbles it, takes the snap, He's back. Now he's going to take it himself. Now he throws to the sideline, and it is it a catch? And it's incomplete. So they will rule it an incomplete pass. And it is third down. Right on the replay. So an incomplete pass, third down. And 10 here for the Rail Splitters. Third and 10 at their 27. Moore in the shotgun. Jarman now to his right. Now here's the snap. We got a flag on the play, and that pass is complete along the sideline. Caught by Bennett, so we have a flag down. And let's see what the call is, as it looks like Bennett was just short of the first down. And it is a call. Looks like a false start against the offense. So the play will not stand. So they call the false start. And it's going to be a third down and 15. Third and 15 now for the Rail Splitters. Ball we placed at their 27-yard line. It's the Vikings looking to get a stop. Third down and long. Motion is the running back, Jarman. Here is a throw by Moore. Out to the flat, and it is Costo, and the ball is out. So Costin fumbles the football. And the ball will not be recovered by the Vikings. Looks like the Rail Splitters still have the football, and it'll be fourth down as the punt team quickly runs onto the field. Now here comes the punt by Giudice. It's a high kick. Back to receive it is Miller. Does not call for a fair catch. Miller breaking a tackle, and Miller down to about the 47-yard line, and that's where the Vikings will start in their own territory with good starting field position with 7:59 left here in the third quarter. A 6-point lead for the Rail Splitters. Now the Vikings are going to come back out onto the field. They're on offense. Could take the lead with a touchdown and an extra point. First and 10 for the Vikings. Brackett in the shotgun gives it off. That is Miller around the right side, and Miller is going to get brought down. So it is Jameer Duncan making the tackle. We're going to take a look here on the replay. So Duncan comes in, and now it is Muse with the stop, and it is a second down and long. Back to the 41, second and 16 with the Vikings. Two receivers to the far side. Motion is Gamble. Now here is a throw. Pass is complete on the screen. Right out to Miller, and Miller is brought down. So it'll bring up a third and long. So 3rd down and long as Gamble gets brought down. So here we go, 3rd and 18. And now here is Brackett back to throw. Here comes a screen. And a one-handed catch is made, but getting brought down is Tellis. And it's going to bring up a 4th and long. And the punt team onto the field now for the Vikings. So right there on the tackle is Costin. 4th down, and the punt team is out for the Vikings. So I think it'll be Cole Hayes on to punt for Northeast. And a whistle blows. And it will be a penalty against the Vikings. So 4th and long, 4th and 26. Hayes will punt it away. Here's the punt. Hayes kicks it high and bounces out of bounds. And starting in good field position is the Rail Splitters. 5:19 left here in the 3rd quarter. Close one here at Northeast High School. As the Rail Splitters leading the Vikings 14-8. 3 receivers out to the far side for the Rail Splitters. Moore takes the snap. He's going to give it off to Jarman. Jarman with it, he is going to get brought down. On the tackle, he is going to be Xavier Bennett. And it is a 2nd down and about medium with the Rail Splitters. And now they go quickly to the line. 2nd and short. Moore takes the snap, hands it off. It's Jarman, and Jarman gets bottled up. And there's a flag on the play. And it'll be holding against the offense. So it will be an offensive hold. It'll be 2nd down and much longer. So 10 yards. As the Rail Splitters will back it up. 4:49 left here in this 3rd quarter. Second and 15 as Moore breaks the huddle. Running up in the backfield is Darrell Nutridge. 2nd down and 15. Moore takes the snap. He's back to throw. Here comes the pressure. Moore staves off the hit. He's going to take it himself. And Moore, it's like he gets back to the original line of scrimmage for about a 5-yard gain. It's 3rd and 10 for the Rail Splitters. So 3rd and 9 at the 44-yard line, 43-yard line of the Rail Splitters. Moore in the shotgun. Costin in motion now. Moore takes the snap. He slings it out, and that pass is caught. A diving catch made by Alvin Bev, and a 1st down, and now we have a flag on the play. And what is the foul, as the refs will talk it over It probably might be unsportsmanlike conduct against Bev. After the play. So that is going to back it up. So still looks like it's going to be a first down. But after the unsportsmanlike call. First and 10 at the 43-yard line. .347 remaining here in the third. And it'll be third down here, actually, as they will replay the down. The refs are talking it over. Now the chain gain here says first down. Either they could replay the down, but it probably usually doesn't happen. So it will be first down. So they move it back after the unsportsmanlike call, and it's first and 10 for the Rail Splitters. They will have it at their own 43-yard line. First and 10 for the Rail Splitters. Under center is Moore. Or in the shotgun, he takes the snap. He's going to keep it. He's going to throw it. Pass incomplete. Nazir Holly was the intended receiver. And it'll bring up a second down. But now we have a penalty on the play, and it looks like an ineligible man downfield has been called against the Rail Splitters, so they will back up another 5 yards, and it's first down. So still first down. It'll be first and 15 for the Rail Splitters. Back to the 39-yard line are the Rail Splitters as they break the huddle. Moore in the shotgun, 2 receivers, 3 receivers now. First and 10 at the first and 15 at the 38. Taking the snap is Moore. He's back. He throws a screen. Pass is complete and brought down. Making the tackle is Joseph Smith, as making the catch there was Nasser Holly. So second down and long for the Rail Splitters. There's the screen. And right there is Smith to make the tackle. It is a second down and long. .236 remain here in this third. And a 14-8 game, close one here at Northeast High School. Second down and 8. Moore takes the snap. He's back. He's throwing pressure. He's going to throw it deep, and it is caught deep downfield. Making the catch is Marable, and he takes it in for the touchdown. Naimir Marable takes it all the way in for the score. And the Rail Splitters extend their lead. It's 20-8 is the score with 2:12 remaining here in the third. On a deep shot by Kareem Moore. And making the catch is Naimir Marable. And he takes it in for the score. And now on to attempt the extra point is Judice. So Nicholas Judice attempting the extra point. The snap is good. Here's the kick. It's a high kick, and it is no good. He missed it. And now the ball will go back to the Vikings as the Rail Splitters will kick it away. With 2:12 remaining here in the third quarter with the score, Rail Splitters 20 and the Vikings 8. You're watching the Ted Silary Game of the Week here on the Sports Fan Base Network.
Hi, I'm Tommy Green, former pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies. When I was in high school, it was very important to me to show scouts what I could do. My friends at Payroll Service Solutions are huge supporters of high school sports and the Sports Fan Base Network. If you're a small to medium-sized business in need of a payroll company, contact Payroll Service Solutions. Not only will they take care of you, they will continue to support the community. For more information, contact Payroll Service Solutions at 215-624-0922 or 866-PAY-EASY.
So Judice will kick it away with 2:12 remaining here in the third quarter. Back deep to receive is Amir Miller for the Vikings. So Judice will kick it away. And here's the kick by Judice. It's a bit of a squib. And it falls right in front. Now taking it on the receiving end, he is going to be Kaleem Lassiter. And Lassiter will be brought down. It'll bring up a 1st and 10 for the Vikings. So it looks like they will start it off at around their own 35-yard line. 2:06 remaining here in the third. As now the Rail Splitters, after the touchdown, extend their lead at 20-8. On the deep ball to Naimir Marable from Kareem Moore Jr. So 1st and 10 for the Vikings. Brackett takes the snap. He gives it off to Tellis. Tellis with the carry. Tellis up the middle, and he's going to get a short gain. That brings up a 2nd down and long. Brackett gets the play from the sideline, breaking the huddle. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 8. Minute 25 remaining in this quarter. Looks like the pressure is coming now. A throw over the middle. Pass is tipped around. Incomplete. Brackett's pass incomplete as Eugene Rivers nearly makes the catch and bobbles the ball. Could have been intercepted that time. And it is a 3rd and 8. Nearly a catch, and then dropping it was Rivers and nearly intercepted. 3rd and 8 with a minute 13 remaining in this quarter. Third and 8. Motion is the tight end. Now a high snap, bobbled, ball is out. Taking it is Brackett, and he is brought down and sacked. And that brings up a 4th down. So it'll bring up 4th down, and the punting unit will come out for the Vikings as the third quarter winds down. 4th and 26. So now is Tay Trulay, as he will kick it away. It's a high kick, and this is going to be in the Viking territory. So the Rail Splitters will get it on a high kick. Take a look here on the replay. It looks like around the 30-yard line. The Rail Splitters will start off with the ball on this possession with 15 seconds remaining in this quarter. Up 20-8. Now they really could expand their lead here. On this possession. So 1st and 10 for the Rail Splitters. 2 receivers out to the far side. Both to the right and left of Moore. 1st down and 10 at the 30. Moore takes the snap. He's back. He's going to throw it right over the middle, complete to Costin. And Costin looks like he will either... Looks like he is going to get the 1st down, or he'll be just shy. So it'll bring up a 2nd down and short, and that is going to do it for the 3rd quarter. With the score, the Rail Splitters 20 and the Vikings 8. You're watching the Ted Silary Game of the Week here on the Sports Fan Base Network.
Hitting is part of football.
Hello, I'm John Zaglinski, CEO of SAFR Sports. We're excited and honored, along with Independence Blue Cross, to be the title sponsor of the City All-Star Game. Our covers have been tested at Virginia Tech to reduce the risk of concussion by as much as 77%. Wearing our SAFR helmet covers make the game that we love safer for players.
Hi, I'm Marty Bystrom, former pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies. In my experience in Major League Baseball, I know how important it is for high school athletes to gain exposure. My friends at Payroll Service Solutions are huge supporters of high school sports and the Sports Fan Base Network. If you are a small to medium-sized business in need of a payroll company, contact Payroll Service Solutions. Not only will they take care of you, they will continue to support the community. For more information, contact Payroll Service Solutions at 215-624-0922 or 866-PAY-EASY.
So we will start the 4th quarter here as the Rail Splitters have the ball at the 20-yard line of the Vikings. So 2nd down and 9, or say 2nd and 1. Second down and 1 after the last play of the third quarter. So starting off here, second down and 1. Receiver in motion. Moore takes the snap. He's back to throw. He's going to the end zone, wide open. And making the catch is Costin for the touchdown. So first play of the fourth. Kareem Moore throwing a strike to Nehemiah Costin. With the reception and the touchdown. 20-yard catch, 26-8. Rail Splitters with the lead. And now they will go for 2 to start the fourth quarter. Moore takes the snap. He's back to throw. He's going to the end zone. Incomplete. Overthrown. Intended for Marable. So still a 18-point lead for the Rail Splitters here in the fourth quarter. As we will take a timeout on the field with 11:54 remaining in the fourth with the score. The Rail Splitters 26, the Vikings 8. You're watching the Ted Silary Game of the Week here on the Sports Fan Base Network.
Hi, I'm Marty Bystrom, former pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies. In my experience in Major League Baseball, I know how important it is for high school athletes to gain exposure. My friends at Payroll Service Solutions are huge supporters of high school sports and the Sports Fan Base Network. If you are a small to medium-sized business in need of a payroll company, contact Payroll Service Solutions. Not only will they take care of you, they will continue to support the community. For more information, contact Payroll Service Solutions at 215-624-0922 or 866-PAY-EASY.
So we are back here. You see the replay here on the touchdown as we've shown. As Judice will kick it away for the Rail Splitters. Amir Miller back to receive it now, and Miller takes it inside the 10. Miller's going to return it. Miller past the 25. Miller is going to get brought down past the 30, and it looks like this will be a horse collar tackle. Clearly so the return out by Miller. Definitely looked like a horse collar tackle. Making the tackle was Marker McAfee. And now it looks like this could be a penalty here against the Vikings. So 1st and 10. Now the give. Up the middle, it's Tellis. And Tellis up the middle. For a short gain, it is a second down. Right there making the tackle is Shaquille Williams, and it's a second down and 5. Here's a give. Now a throw over the middle. It is caught and complete. There is a catch and run is Rivers, and Rivers takes it all the way down right into Lincoln territory. So 1st down and 10. It's like ball will be placed around the Rail Splitters 40 for the Vikings. A good catch and run by Eugene Rivers. 1st and 10. Now here's a flip right over to tell us he's going to get brought down. No gain on the play. It looks like a flag is down, and this will be a hold against the Vikings. So that will back them up. 1st and 20. First and 20 at the 50 as Brackett gets the play back from the huddle with 10:50 remaining here in regulation. 18-point lead for the Rail Splitters. 2 receivers out to the right here for the Vikings. Now taking the snap is Brackett. He's going to throw it up, and that pass will be incomplete. So Rivers was the intended receiver there. Now they're saying the Rail Splitters says they think they recovered a fumble, but it will be an incomplete pass. 2nd down and 20 for the Vikings. Second and 20 at the 50 as Brackett in the shotgun. Amir Miller to his right now. Brackett taking the snap, throwing it up as he's hit, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Rail Splitters, and taking it back to the 50 is Gregory Ingram. So Ingram with the interception for the Rail Splitters, and it is a 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line. As you can see here, Brackett hit as he threw it and picked off and taken back to the 50. And this time it'll be the Rail Splitters with possession with 10:14 remaining here in the 4th. First down and 10 at the 50. Motion is Costin. And the shotgun is Moore. Motion is the running back. Now here is Moore taking it, and Moore is going to be brought down. Looks like no gain on the play. Right back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 for the Rail Splitters. Second and long. As 9:44 remain here in the 4th quarter. In the shotgun is Moore. In motion, pass is incomplete. Holly was in motion that time, as that pass is incomplete, intended for Bennott. It'll bring up 3rd and 10 for the Rail Splitters. So 3rd and 10 for the Rail Splitters at the 50. 3 receivers out to the far side. Costin in motion. Now Moore takes the snap. He's back. He's going deep. Pass downfield is intercepted. It is intercepted by Durant. So Kaishim Durant with the interception. And the Vikings will take over. 1st and 10. At around their own 14-yard line. 9:15 remaining here in the 4th quarter. As now the Vikings have a chance. As they will get the ball back. 1st and 10. Under center is Brackett. In the backfield is Moore. As now Brackett takes the snap, fakes it. He's going to run it here, and Brackett is brought down. On the tackle is John Nicholas. It'll bring up a 2nd down and long. Bring up 2nd down and 8 here for the Vikings. Here we go, 2nd and 8. Brackett under center. In the backfield is Tellis. And they flip it to Tellis. Tellis getting no blockers in front, but Tellis is brought down out of bounds to the 20. So about a gain of 3, 3rd and 5 for the Vikings. So 3rd down and 3 at the 22-yard line. Brackett in the shotgun. Tellis hands it off to Tellis. Tellis with it, and it looks like Tellis is going to be brought down shy of the 1st down. And they will give it to him. They will give Tellis the 1st down. So 1st down and 10 at the 31. And now they fake the give, over the middle throw, pass dropped, incomplete. Bit of a low throw, but Eugene Rivers couldn't hang on. It is 2nd down and 10. 7:13 remaining here in regulation. Second down and 10. Receiver in motion, that is Gamble now. Taking the snap and throwing over the middle is Brackett and completing it to Amir Miller. And Miller will get a short gain. It is 3rd down. So 3rd down as the dump off here to Miller. And bringing him down on the tackle was Ingram. So 3rd down and 3 here for the Vikings. In the shotgun is Brackett. Wide receiver in motion. Hand it off. Brackett keeps. Brackett is going to get bottled up. And the Lincoln defense reads it well. So the Rail Splitters getting a 3rd down stop. So 4th down. And this could be big, but now it looks like the Vikings are going to bring out the punting unit. So it looks like we will take a timeout on the field with 6:11 remaining here in the 4th with the score. The Rail Splitters 26, Vikings 8. You're watching the Ted Silary Game of the Week here on the Sports Fan Base Network.
Hi, I'm Tommy Green, former pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies. When I was in high school, it was very important to me to show scouts what I could do. My friends at Payroll Service Solutions are huge supporters of high school sports and the Sports Fan Base Network. If you're a small to medium-sized business in need of a payroll company, contact Payroll Service Solutions. Not only will they take care of you, they will continue to support the community. For more information, contact Payroll Service Solutions at 215-624-0922 or 866-PAY.
Hitting is part of football.
Hello, I'm John Zaglinski, CEO of SAFR Sports. We're excited and honored, along with Independence Blue Cross, to be the title sponsor of the City All-Star Game. Our covers have been tested at Virginia Tech to reduce the risk of concussion by as much as 77%. Wearing our SAFR helmet covers make the game that we love safer for players.
Hitting is part of football.
All right. 6:11 remaining here in the fourth. Now a fake punt attempt. Snap goes right over the middle. Bass is deflected and intercepted as Tellis took the snap, throws it on the fake punt, and it is intercepted by Jameer Duncan. And now the Rail Splitters will have it with 6:02 remaining. As we are going to a four-man system here on the officiating crew, as the umpire of this refereeing crew is out and injured on the sideline. So first down and 10 at the 38-yard line of the Vikings. Now here's a flag on the play. Screen pass right out to Costin, and he'll get pushed out of bounds. And we have a flag on the play. And this looks like it will be a false start against the offense. So first and 10, first and 15 for the Rail Splitters. First and 15 now for the Rail Splitters at the 43-yard line of the Vikings. And the shotgun is Moore, screens it out. There's Costin again, and this time Costin spinning off tackles, and Costin's going to get bottled up. And it will bring up a second down and long. Take a look here on the replay. Costin spinning, and he is brought down. The second and 13 at the 42-yard line. Under 5 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter, 4:49 left. And now here's Moore throwing it. Pass is deflected, intercepted. Intercepted and picked off by the Vikings. And look at this. This is a return right past the 50 to the 49. And that is Sakir Dixon with the interception. And now we have a flag on the play. Could have been some extracurricular activity, but there's a flag down. And it's roughing the passer against Northeast. So roughing the passer against the Vikings. So the interception will not count. First and 10 for the Rail Splitters. So first and 10 for the Rail Splitters after the roughing the passer call. So the clock moves with 4:28 remaining here in the fourth quarter. So there's the interception right there. Called back for roughing the passer. 1st and 10 for Moore. He takes the snap. He screens it out to Costin. And it's a low pass. Costin takes it to the 10. And he is knocked out of bounds near the 5. 1st and goal. 1st and goal for the Rail Splitters. Looked like a low throw, but it is complete, and getting knocked out of bounds is Costin inside the 10. 1st and goal for the Rail Splitters. They'll bring up a 1st down and goal at the Viking 9. Give up the middle, and breaking tackles is Jarman. So Samir Jarman with the carry, and he gets a couple yards on that try. And now we have an injury timeout on the field, and we will step aside with 3:33 remaining here in the 4th quarter with the score, the Rail Splitters 26 and the Vikings 8. You're watching the Ted Silary Game of the Week here on the Sports Fan Base Network.
I'm Marty Bystrom, former pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies. In my experience in Major League Baseball, I know how important it is for high school athletes to gain exposure. My friends at Payroll Service Solutions are huge supporters of high school sports and the Sports Fan Base Network. If you are a small to medium-sized business in need of a payroll company, contact Payroll Service Solutions. Not only will they take care of you, they will continue to support the community. For more information, contact Payroll Service Solutions at 215-624-0922 or 866-PAYE.
Hitting is part of football.
Hello, I'm John Zaglinski, CEO of SAFR Sports. We're excited and honored, along with Independence Blue Cross, to be the title sponsor of the City All-Star Game. Our covers have been tested at Virginia Tech to reduce the risk of concussion by as much as 77%. Wearing our SAFR helmet covers make the game that we love safer for players.
Hitting is
3:33 remaining here in the 4th, as that throw to the end zone by Moore is incomplete. So that brings up a 3rd down. A 3rd down and goal for the Rail Splitters. .328 remaining here in the 4th. Motion is the receiver. Now here is Moore taking it himself, and Moore takes a hit, staves it off, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. And the Rail Splitters now lead it 32-8 with 3:22 remaining in this one. So there's the run by Moore. Looks for the pass, takes a hit, and staves off the hit from LeBen Jowers. So Moore into the end zone. And 32-8 is the score as the Rail Splitters lead it. As Judice will kick it, on to hold it is Jeremiah Bennett. Snap is good. Kick is up, and the kick is good. And it's 33-8 is the score with 3:20 to play in the 4th quarter. with the score, Rail Splitters 33, the Vikings 8. You're watching the Ted Silary Game of the Week here on the Sports Fan Base Network.
Hi, I'm Tommy Green, former pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies. When I was in high school, it was very important to me to show scouts what I could do. My friends at Payroll Service Solutions are huge supporters of high school sports and the Sports Fan Base Network. If you're a small to medium-sized business in need of a payroll company, contact Payroll Service Solutions. Not only will they take care of you, they will continue to support the community. For more information, contact Payroll Service Solutions at 215-624-0922 or 866-PAY.
Hitting is part of football.
Hello, I'm John Zaglinski, CEO of SAFR Sports. We're excited and honored, along with Independence Blue Cross, to be the title sponsor of the City All-Star Game. Our covers have been tested at Virginia Tech to reduce the risk of concussion by as much as 77%. Wearing our SAFR helmet covers make the game that we love safer for players.
Hitting is
And we are back here with 3:20 to play here in the fourth quarter as Judice will kick it away. For the Rail Splitters. Right back to receive is Amir Miller for the Vikings. And here's the kick. It's a squib kick all the way down to the 25. And falling on it that time is Kaleem Lassiter. So Lassiter falls on it. And it's 1st and 10 for the Vikings. They'll start it at their 25 here on offense. So 1st down and 10. The Vikings start off this possession. Here is Brackett taking the snap. Here comes the blitz. Brackett under pressure, and he's sacked. And he is brought down by Nafisi Fener. So Fenner on the sack. And it brings up a 2nd down. So Fenner gets right to him on the sack. Shane Twyman on the pressure. So 2nd down and long for the Vikings. As time winds down here, 2:36 remaining. Second down and 15 for the Vikings. As here's a throw, and it is going to be caught and complete. Brackett right to Rivers, and there's a flag on the play. And it looks like we have a penalty against the defense. Throw, just shy of the 1st down, but there is a 1st down here on the penalty with 2 minutes left here in the 4th. So 1:51 to play, 1st and 10. And now here's the give off up the middle. Taking it that time is going to be Ali Mersin. So Mussin with the carry, and it is a 2nd down. Brackett in the shotgun. Receiver in motion. They give it off again and up the middle with a good run that time. And getting the first down. Ball popped free, but he was down by contact. So a first down for Ali Mussin. And now the Vikings will go no huddle with under 1 minute left here in this fourth quarter. Here's Brackett taking the snap. He's back to throw. He's firing deep downfield. It is incomplete and broken up. And we do have a flag on the play. Well, it looks like it could be defensive pass interference. And it looks like that will be the call. So 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line for the Vikings. First and 10 at the 30. Brackett back to throw. He's looking, he's throwing it. It is caught along the sideline. It is a catch. That is Eugene Rivers with 24 seconds left here in the fourth with a first down catch. And a whistle blows here. Looks like we are going to take a timeout on the field with 21 seconds remaining here in the fourth. With the score, the Rail Splitters 33, Vikings 8. You're watching the Ted Silary Game of the Week here on the Sports Fan Base Network.
Hi, I'm Marty Bystrom, former pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies. In my experience in Major League Baseball, I know how important it is for high school athletes to gain exposure. My friends at Payroll Service Solutions are huge supporters of high school sports and the Sports Fan Base Network. If you are a small to medium-sized business in need of a payroll company, contact Payroll Service Solutions. Not only will they take care of you, they will continue to support the community. For more information, contact Payroll Service Solutions at 215-624-0922 or 866-PAY-EASY. Hi, I'm Marty.
21 seconds remaining. Now the Vikings will have the ball back. So now here is a throw over the middle to the end zone, nearly intercepted on Brackett's throw. Intended for Eugene Rivers. It is a second down. For the Vikings. Nearly intercepted that time. That was Jameer Duncan. So it brings up a second down and 10. For the Vikings. Here's the snap. Brackett under pressure, and he is sacked. 10 seconds remaining. And it looks like Brackett is down on the field, and we're going to take an injury timeout. 9 seconds remaining in the fourth. 33-8. Rail Splitters leading the Vikings. You're watching the Ted Silary Game of the Week here on the Sports Fan Base Network. down as we are back with 9 seconds remaining. Back to throw it here. And going to the end zone. Deep throw, and it is intercepted. So Burrows throwing an interception, and this one is going to do it as Shaquille Williams returns it all the way home for the touchdown. And that one is going to wrap it up. 0s on the clock. As the Lincoln Rail Splitters dominate in this one against the Northeast Vikings with the score 39-8 as 0s remain on the clock. As this one is just about to do it. There's the interception by T.J. Burrows, throwing it and picking it off and taking it to the house is Williams. So the handshake line forms for the Vikings, and this one is going to do it. So a win here today, dominant win for the Rail Splitters. There is a bit of extracurricular activity. See what happens here. Jeremiah Tellis so that one is going to do it. So it looks like both teams will have their conferences. Should we wrap it up or no? What should we do here? Am I on or no? That concludes our coverage here at Northeast High School for today's Ted Silary Game of the Week, as the Lincoln Rail Splitters have defeated the Northeast Vikings by a final score of 39-8. For my cameraman, Ethan Rappelli, and Noah Foxon, my producer, I am Justin Sonsini, signing off from Northeast High School. Have a good night, everyone, here on the Sports Fan Base Network.